What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Levar, aka Ramzie. I'm the editor in chief of Snubb3d Magazine, and thank you so much for joining us today on this special sit down. It's always a great time. We have special guests join us on the sit down. It's just not me talking. So today I have a special guest, and as you all know, what I do is I don't introduce the guests. I let the guests introduce themselves. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to my guest and let him introduce himself to you all.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Bentley Didier. I am a 20-year communications practitioner. I'm a live event producer, associated producer with Fox Soul, and this year I'm kicking off Global Minority Entrepreneurs Week. So I'm really, truly excited to be here. Thank you, Snub.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's just bring it. We're gonna take it back a little before we jump into the week. Let's talk about how this all came about for you. Tell us about a little bit about your journey and how you stepped into the world of entertainment and entrepreneurship.
Oh man, to be honest, man, this goes all the way back to kindergarten. I'm from Brunswick, Georgia, south of Savannah, right north of Jacksonville, Florida, on the coast. And so I remember the kindergartens had to come on and we'll read the lunch for the day. And oh man, my last name was Davis, and so I'm able to be at the top of the pick. You know what I mean? So I get on there, and I'm from a hood called the 4th Street. And so I got on there, and before they could say my name, I said 4th Street. And so apparently the whole school went up. Okay. And so from there, they asked me to come back to morning announcements because I guess all the teachers that they said, I don't know who the kindergartner was, but apparently all the kids was talking about. So they asked me to come back to morning announcements, and that's what started for me. I was only reading the lunch schedules of the day, you know what I mean? And then it just started to doing other things with morning announcements. You know, that's every day you see the same people on air. And this is in the 90s, man. So I'm already dark. You can imagine the quality, how my brother said all you saw was my teeth and eyes. Man, that thing was so funny. But it started there for me. And then I got into yearbook like in first grade. They let me into yearbook. And I've been a yearbook editor ever since. Multiple levels, like again, from elementary to middle to high school. So you talk to all my friends for that time period. Nothing that I do is a surprise to them because I knew all the parties. I knew who was dating who. I already knew who had the most points at the games. I always have been Bentley. You get what I'm saying? And so got into college, man, and it's a different playing field. You know what I mean? I left high school though. It was a wrap. I was on morning announcements for the local news station like every Wednesday in high school. And so by the time I got to college, it was like the world was open. I had just stepped foot on Tuskegee University's campus. Big shout out to Tuskegee University. Okay. And it was over. I got into SGA, and that first year, I was able to work right up underneath the executive coordinator. So that's everything from every probate on the yard to every concert, game day, Xbox exhibition, everything. And so he had to go pledge. And so he couldn't really be on the yard. So, of course, I was like, I'll handle that for you. I'll handle that for you. So everybody kept coming to BET, everybody coming to me. And that's when I was getting like, this is MySpace days. I'm telling you, like, this is how 20 years has been a long time in technological advancement. Like, seriously, because this is MySpace days. And I'm getting hype. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on? We hear that they got a new artist down in Alabama. Like, how's that song? And I'm replying back, oh, the song is this. The song is this. Rich Boy throw some D's because he also was a student at Tuskegee. Man, from there, I began to do quite a bit in public relations because everybody was pulling from me. Because again, I'm at one of the top universities, especially in the South. You know, Tuskegee is prestigious. You know what I mean? It has a long, full history of nothing but historical people, events, etc. And you know what I mean? So that was, oh my goodness. From there, I went to work in New York for New York Fashion Week, lived on Christopher Street. I was right there in the hustle and the bustle, you get what I'm saying? And was working for the CFDA. I had Von Dutch, I had Betsy Johnson, and I was working Fashion Week stuff for them. And that was everything. That was from public relations to getting models to, to everything. And then I lucked up and they was talking about creating a Vogue fashion night out. That was going to be like a tour in different cities. And they selected Savannah. And I asked, could I handle, production and communications for Savannah? They said, yeah, boom. I literally was able to go home to my area. And, of course, in a smaller city, you don't have, you can feel the calling because you've been in New York and oh man, when I was in school, I was supposed to be in school and I was in Atlanta. I was supposed to be in school, I was up in Memphis. I was in school, I was My granddad was like, "Where have you been?" He was looking at everything off of a debit card. Like,
All
where
right.
have you been? Oh my goodness, you know what I mean? And so that was my life.
Right.
And just straight up in entertainment, like I said, rich boy that replying back to press releases, creating stuff, commentating and stuff like that, and pushing with Universal to keep his music going. Because I had the contacts, and that really was got me into the public relations world. From Savannah, that's when I moved to Atlanta. I was here almost every other day. I was just sleeping down there, and handling Vogue. And one of the last things I did was with helping production getting the Real Housewives to Savannah. That was like one of the last things. I was helping find places for them to stay, sleep, eat, different things.
Right.
And the next day I was in Atlanta. And as you know, I hit the ground here and continue to excel and, keep stretching my arms out. I lived in Los Angeles. I lived in Vegas, Miami. It's just like, because wherever I needed to be at for an extended period of times, I did. And so I just used everything that I had to create, some synergy around everything that was dealing with me regarding communications, dealing with public relations, dealing with strategy. And that's what we are here today.
Definitely. And you nailed a couple of things while you were talking. I don't think people understand the versatility that we have to be in this industry. A lot
Yeah.
of people always are like, oh no, I can't go here, or I can't go there, or I'm in a small town and I can't do this. I can't. If you have a computer in front of you, you can do a lot of things from sitting at this
Yeah.
computer. You know what I'm saying? And
I was one of those people. I was one of those
mhm,
people. I
yeah,
felt that I wasn't going to be able to achieve if I wasn't in some larger city.
yeah,
You get what I'm saying? And
yeah,
um, I learned from some of my colleagues. I've always been very diverse, being at Tuskegee, and then of course, working in New York, you're working with everybody, everything, different religions, races, everything. And I learned you need to garner success where you are
yeah,
and build out in that radius. It doesn't matter where you are.
right.
Build out in that radius. Become very known and profitable, and a great networker, a go-tour in those areas. Because as you continue to go, it's better to have bubbles of networks that you can rely on versus, oh, I ain't did nothing at home because they ain't nothing but a bunch of haters. Of course, they've never left home. They don't know
Exactly.
what this is. Everybody has taught the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. It's up to you to do
Exactly.
what you have to get done. And that's just how my mindset was. I was raised up in the hood in my hometown. And
Right.
I love it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love it. It was so much going on. It had young B, like, everything, because I got older brothers and sisters. I'm the baby. So
Right.
I knew everything, every person, when I say everything. Okay. And then
Right.
my mom and dad is also very active. And so I knew everything. And
Yeah.
so people have to know that it's like where you are, do what you can, maneuver with what you can. We're in the age of technology advancement. It keeps going. In 20 years, I was just on MySpace trying to
Yeah.
connect with people. I remember when Facebook again was only for not even college students, it was only for professionals.
Professionals.
Uh,
Yep.
it
Yep.
was only for professionals. And then they allowed some college students, because when we got on
Hmm.
there, it was nothing but professionals. It looked like LinkedIn. It was like
Yep.
nothing but corporate white people. It's
Yep.
like, okay, so what is this? And
Yeah.
then all the college kids, then they open it up into the world. You get the same thing with Twitter. Twitter was only for communications with corporate American people. Then they open it up into students, then the world. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I've come through a lot of advancement and understanding that. I'm saying that in regards to the networking. So you
Yeah.
still got to do that traditional. You still got to get out on the ground and go and talk with people. And then you still got to use all your technology, you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying, to do and get your message out in the crowd. So yeah, you can't give up just based on your area. It's too much going for you,
Yeah.
nowadays.
And it speaks too of longevity, because we've both been doing this for almost 20 years now. And we've known each other for a while.
Yes, we
And you could
have,
be
to
in
be
one
honest.
city, we
Yes,
could be in the same city at two big events going on, and we still won't
yes,
cross paths because that's just
still
how
won't
it
cross paths.
is. But
Yes,
at the end of the day, we know how to network with each other and still get to each other if we need to do, work on certain things. And that's what
absolutely.
we've done as well. And I think, that speaks also to other people, because sometimes, you know, people get frustrated, like, oh, I don't, you know, you come into the industry with certain people and you don't see them, you don't physically see them no more. That doesn't mean you stop networking with them, you stop talking to them, or you stop backing them. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know when y'all will need each other again in the future. There was a time when even
Correct.
sometimes some of us have backed away from the scene and like, you know what, let me take a break, a mental break for myself, or some medical stuff happened. And then we come right back. And those are the individuals that welcome you back because you created a foundation of that, you know, and so, you know, like that's
Genuine
a
good
big
network,
respect
bro.
level. Yeah,
Absolutely. Genuine good networking. You know, life is gonna life. Life is gonna
yeah,
life. And if you genuinely are networking with people, not based on what you can get from them or what they can give to you, but you just genuinely network, then of course y'all are gonna go through life's flows and be
yeah,
able to pick like you never left off. You know, so
exactly. So
amen. And
with,
congratulations to you too.
I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you.
Absolutely.
And so with that being said, I'm gonna jump to another part of it because a lot of people don't know about how we balance our life and our work at the same time. And like I said, we're gonna get to the week because I think this all builds up to that because that's a process in itself, you know. So what is something or some things that you do to in our community has been something big that we've been working on as well as mental health. How do you balance life and work at the same time and keep your mental space focused while all the noise is going on, as they said?
Man, when I say I have been through the phases of entrepreneurship, and what I mean by that is the phases of $0 coming in and bills stacking up to the phase of I got more dollars coming in, don't know what to do. Y'all know me, I'm gonna put on some clothes, okay?
Right,
And
right.
and taking trips and doing all these things. And then, it's just I've been through the ebbs and the flows of being an entrepreneur, truly have. And you have to learn. And I learned a lot for myself because this is a niche industry where you don't have any governance. The governance is you. And so if you don't know what's wrong with you, you're really not going to know what's wrong with your business because you're going to be doubting a whole big part of that, which comes from you, the creator, the originator. And
Right.
so I learned to create time for me. And all these people, at first you get everybody like, oh yeah, you need to go 24 hours a day. Go, let's go, let's go. And you be like, oh, I'm going. Okay, yeah, I'll come to
Right.
your event. I'll come to your event. Okay, okay.
Right.
I'm
Yep.
gonna be burnt out, tired, hungry, broke, exhausted, uncreative, depressed. All of that comes into that because you're striving too hard, but you're also going aimlessly.
Yeah.
And I begin, there's one thing about me. You only see me when it's time to see me. You ain't seeing me at this randomly. And I support my friends, and my friends totally understand me. I have to draw back. As a creative, I empathically put everything I have into what I have around me. And so
Yeah.
I have to protect the creative ingenuity, which is self,
Hmm.
because these brands and people would not be where they are without Bentley's help. And I rest on my laurels.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So with that, you have to protect you. And that is time for you. So if you're a full-time entrepreneur in your business, I get it. I work a 10-hour, 12-hour day, but the rest of that 8 until I fall asleep,
Exactly.
all for me. And when I say
Yeah.
all for me, meaning that I sacrifice not going to things so I can wake up earlier in the morning so I can start my day earlier so that way I can enjoy at least a 4 p.m. to myself.
Yeah.
If I need to go to the store, if I need to take the dog somewhere, if I got to handle something myself. So that way I have a balance. There is no balance. Yes, it is to a degree. And if not, then you need to put things and people in places and begin to delegate because then you're going to be stressed out. Then here comes cancer. So
Yep.
absolutely. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
You have to delegate time for yourself. You can't be all in all for everybody. And I get it. Yes, you got to go work inside your business, but you better also make sure that you have some off days in there. And most entrepreneurs don't even believe in off days because somebody has told you need to go, go, go. Baby, this is a machine.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And every machine must have a resting time period.
Yeah.
And if not, it's going to get clogged up with everything. And you're not going to be able to see, hear, feel, touch because you're going to be so immersed without any true strategy. And that's why having
Yeah.
time to yourself to meditate, having time to yourself if you read your word, having time to yourself to just be in solitude, quietness. Those are important. And people are like, I just fall asleep. That's what you're supposed to do.
Your
Because we
body's
typically
supposed
go
to
to sleep
rest.
with noise. We're going to sleep with TVs, music going. You're supposed to naturally go into a quiet state of sleep.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's getting your soul and your spirit rested, but people have to understand who they truly are. And if you are a creator, you literally are creating things out here. Like we are, some of us are very monstrous out here, making sure that
Yeah.
everything y'all see in TV, y'all get everything that y'all see in fashion that y'all are getting. Y'all are seeing us collaborate certain people with certain things just so our culture can have a part of. You still need rest.
Yeah.
You still need rest. It's important for your health. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? If you're not getting enough sleep, will cause your body to go into a. And
And
I've been that. So
you'll be sat down. You'll be immediately sat
you will be
down,
sat
right?
down. Absolutely. And it will sit you down. And I learned that's what happened in my sit down last year. So let me say this. I've never had to sit down. God had blessed me with this speed, energy, inertia, some oil, a couple of mustard seeds and all kind of things like that. So I've been able to go. And when I
Yeah.
say go, I've been able to be in places that I normally shouldn't have been. I've been in movements I normally should not have been in based off of where I technically am. But when your gift makes room for you, it's going to make room for you. There's nothing you can do but to show up. But I had to sit down. I had a
Yeah.
sit down seat. And I didn't know what to do. But the one thing that I came out of surgery, and the only thing in my mind was I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. And I heard Dr. Mady Moss Clark singing this. And I thought somebody was playing this. And I'm like, it was just that loud, and in the inside of my spirit, I said, oh God, thank you. I woke up from surgery. Because again, most people don't understand going into surgery, you are really right there at the brink of death. Like,
Yeah.
and that's why you sign so many papers, you go through so much. And so of course, I just said, God, if I can come out of this,
Yeah.
your will be done on
Yeah.
earth as in heaven. And when I tell you, I heard that song and I remember crying. It was like, why are you crying? I was like, because I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. And she said, hey, I remember her saying, amen, baby. And I went right back to sleep. Like, because they
Yeah.
had me medicated down. But I don't know. There was something that happened
Mm-hmm.
in that moment. And I said, God, I'm about to go into my 20th year of being an entrepreneur. I don't know what it feels like to really work for someone else. I've been doing this since I was 18. And next year, which is this year, I said, Lord, I'm going to be going to my 20th year. What can I do to commemorate that? And it was like he reminded me of some things like, remember the promise in college when you was very depressed and tried to commit suicide? You said what you would do for the people if I would do this. And he said, I did this. What about your people? And I was like, So that's when I came up with the concept of global minority entrepreneurs, because there's so many of us across this globe. We're all so connected to each other. When they say Six Sigma, I'm breaking that thing down to like 3 Sigma. That's how small the world really is. Okay. And we're all doing various things, various industries, various niches, various talents, various everythings.
Right.
And I built a great rapport across the land for over 20 years. You know what I mean? I have friends still to this day. It's been 20 years. You get what I'm saying? And I wanted to be able to commune us because he reminded me of just like, I never had to sit down. So I'm talking about all my life. I never had a surgery or
Right.
nothing. Like, so
Right.
this was, what is happening here? And it wasn't a plan. It was like, oh no, we need to take your surgery now.
Yeah.
Ooh. And it was like, oh Lord, okay. Oh Lord,
Yeah.
there was a shakeup right there. But I'm happy for it because it allowed me to align myself. And in the time period of last year to today, I have been on calls with like the Ghanaian president, with the Nigerian Secretary of State, with the United Nations Ambassador for Global Goodwill and Peace. Like these are conversations that I would not have had, and if I had not have listened, even like right before COVID, I remember, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was in Birmingham, Alabama, looking at this big new field that Birmingham just built. Magic City Classic was coming up. They wanted to have a really big, huge concert afterwards, celebrate this park. And in that, it was like something kept saying, you got to pivot. And I was like, I ain't thinking about no basketball right now. Like, come on here, brain. Like, you know what I mean? And it was like, no, you got to pivot. And I was like, okay, whatever. literally days after, I literally had to pivot from communications to operations because one of my clients literally had something happen, and because I saw it, they wanted me to kind of lead this new effort. So now that took me from being back here as basically media relations to he's head honcho. You get what I'm saying? And everything has to go through him because I uncovered quite a bit for her and her businesses. And we all saw at this time period how these restaurants and salon suites and everything just went like, because God had already put inside of me what I needed to do to pivot. And I pivoted then, and that's what landed me into where I am today with handling a lot of strategic operations from a global communication standpoint. They entrust my clients and trust me now, not to just handle talking to the media, but to tell the investment properties of what they have, what they want done. And that is, again, that is executive communication. That's the guy sitting right next to the billionaire. He's like, hey, how do you feel about this, Joe? Joe's like, I agree. I'm Joe.
Exactly.
Like, that don't make sense. And it'd be so funny because, again, everything is common sense. Everything is common sense. Everything is common sense. If you can learn, if you can read and you can write and you can comprehend, every level of life is nothing but common sense. Okay. And so I'll be able to advise people. I have global advisors in Bali, and in Morocco. And so it's like I have to talk with them about the things that's going on with them. And so, like, again, that opened me up to the meeting. It's so many of us on the back that's working the world. When I look at the world, I look at it as like a moving matrix ball because everybody I know, we are moving and shaking and cultivating and like all the way down to the magazines, all across, all the way over to YouTube, everything, everybody, every creative producer, it's like a big ball all day, all night. And that's why I'm like, you know what? Everybody's so focused on what the ball spits out because they got to remember we spit out what we want out. The world got to know, especially our culture. We got to know we really are saying who's up here and who's not. We're the ones that's saying it. Okay. Exactly. I tell them I'm black and brown. Don't let them make you feel like you're here. No, we have the buying dollar and the speaking dollar. We tell them who we want up here. And some of us are the ones behind the scenes that are pushing these people out. And it's those people that are part of this week. I have different advisors from different fields. I'm still getting text messages from some of the super busy ones like, hey, I saw your email. Okay, look, I normally let such and such email you back. I'm texting you now. I got it. Add me in. Tell me what I need to do. And it's like, it's an honor because we're all giving up our time and stuff for free. Everything that's a part of the Global Minority Entrepreneurs Week 2024 in Atlanta, Georgia, April 1st through the 7th is free. Except our charity gala ball on Sunday, of course, charity gala ball. We got to raise some coins for the globe, and so, but everything is free. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we have nothing but virtual sessions. And these virtual sessions, I'm really tailoring to the vendors of Saturday. Saturday, we have the Global World Fair Marketplace, and it has a main stage and all these vendors. But one thing I wanted to do is I did not want a business owner to not feel touched. And what do vendors get? They get absolutely nothing. They pay their money and they hope that somebody comes over and buy their product. Well, that's why I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday virtual sessions starting at 5 p.m., 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that way those entrepreneurs who are 9-to-5ers, those entrepreneurs who do have, businesses and stuff that they're physically running, children, etc., you can still tune into these virtual sessions after this week. They'll all be able to be displayed onto our corporate website. And you can view these all year long to help you build your brand. You get what I'm saying? And I'm super excited about it. On Wednesday, I have a really big communications and media meetup. So bam, my brother, I already talked to you about that. I definitely want you to be present because we, as a communications and media niche industry, we are one. Marketing falls underneath us and advertising falls underneath us because of what we contribute to this world. And so we want to come together as a big coffee meetup so we can talk about advancement. We can talk about networking. People can meet people face to face. And, one of the things is us coming in. I know you as a media professional, I remember, just coming in, it wasn't like they was welcoming us with open arms.
They weren't. They were not
welcoming us with open arms, and they wasn't holding meet up so we could actually just physically get to meet. You had to meet them on their time, their turf, and whatever was going on, some nice, some nasty.
But,
right. Right. Like I said, bro, we've all been going through the rigmarole and being on the ground in the streets. And now I want to have a place as to where you are so welcome. It doesn't matter what level you're coming into this. I want every videographer, every photographer, every digital graphic creator, I want the content writers. I want the publicists. I want just the journalists. I want everyone that is a minority. And that is white women. That is white men too, because in certain niches, they are the minority. That's why this is called global minority, because in every industry, even down in oil and stuff like that, you'll realize who really is the majority and who is the minority. So it's like, and that's why this is global. That's why I made it global. I didn't say, African American minority. No, because I have great relationships with a lot of Hispanics, Guatemalans, you get what I'm saying, Colombians, like really great relationships. You get what I'm saying? They're amazing, smart, creative, dope business people. And so we can't think of in the domestic American characterized media mindset of no, can't do that, because outside of that, people don't really act like that. You get what I'm saying? And it's just only our mindsets that what they have communistically created inside of us. And so, but that's why this place is a universal safe space for entrepreneurs, because I'm also going to have media professionals who are advertising professionals, who are the ones who put the money behind magazines, going to be present. You get what I'm saying? Like physically there, they're talking to upscalers coming over. They're bringing their sales team to help encourage. You get what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of networking that can truly happen. And some people want to do it. They just never knew where to go. And now this is a place to go, even down to our location being in underground Atlanta. They wanted this. You get what I'm saying? Because of the universal message around it, bringing every entrepreneur together to encourage, to inspire, to network. That is global. That is global. And being able to say, hey, what if they see Snub here? But what if Snub may pop over in Nigeria?
Yeah.
And they're 100,000 copies in. You get what I'm saying? And that's what we want to have happen across the board. And so myself and I have some other little consulting producers who are all pulling into our networks and funneling people to this week because it's needed. On that Friday, we are at one of the local elementary schools. I always ask for the most impoverished elementary school. I've been doing this for like the past 5 years with the city of Atlanta and Fulton County. And they're going to give me the most impoverished African American and Hispanic descent school, where these kids really have the community around them is very impoverished. And that's what we want. I don't want to go and inspire the ones who are getting these fresh computers, and everybody's pretty much up to speed with new shoes every year. No, give me the kids who had to wear the same shoes 2 years in a row and then look back for 3 years in a row, because that's me. And I want to walk in here and let them know that you can. I don't know what just happened, but the Lord is celebrating. Okay, God is celebrating.
God said fireworks on that note.
Hey, you saw that? You saw that? I didn't do that. My hands is in the air. Okay, but that means we're on the right track. So I take everything as a sign. Everything as a sign. We are of this earth. This is our land. So, but I want to inspire them. We've been doing it for so many years. I'm gonna tell you real short. I was at the grocery store, had just met my guy, and this kid guy. I say kid guy because he looked like a kid, but he looked like a grown man. You don't know these days. The children grow up so fast. And there's a kid guy, and he ran up to me. He said, "Hey, I remember you. I remember you." And I said, "Oh," instantly you could tell that, okay, there's something mentally not all the way here. Okay, great. And I was like, "Okay, you do." And he was like, "Yeah." He was like, "You came to my school." And I said, "I did." He said, "Yep." And you had that big old hat on, and you gave me pizza, and you gave me ice cream. And he was like, "Mama, remember?" She said, "Yeah, he won't never stop talking about it." That touched me. And so I couldn't even go through the grocery store. I had to wait a minute because
it hits.
I'm not doing things to get a recognition. People don't even know how many years I've been doing the NFL Tackle Reading Day across this nation, making sure that these people are reading to these kids, because reading is fundamental. And that moment like that I could tell, like I said, he's a kid boy, because I get it. He was in school, but he's probably older than what he is because of what he has going on. But he remembered me in my hat because I had a hat on, and he remembered me. And I'm like, I don't know where for years. And so that kind of let me know, like, you need to do this for yourself. So I took back my own aims. I'm not going to be using the NFL because I've been doing this for years by myself. And that's why we have the Global Literacy Takeover. It's the Global TKO. And we're coming in to knock out the school. I'm telling you, we're there from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We have 2 people per classroom reading to the kids and then talking about their careers. Then we have a kindergarten, second grade pep rally. Them jokers got some energy. Okay. When I say energy, I mean, I got it, make you feel like I felt like I was like a little baby in there with the mic. Like, the kids had me going. We have a 3rd grade through 5th grade, and you already know they're the grown ups of the school. So you know, we gotta pop, lock, and drop it with them. You know, but we're all reading chants to their favorite songs, their favorite dances. You know what I mean? And we crunk up sections and let the 3rd graders go, let the 4th graders go. You know, so everybody be doing anything, and it'd be amazing. We have parents DMing us and saying, "I got y'all literacy book. Thank you so much. I just said this the other day that I want to get into fixing my credit. Thank you." You know, because what we have is we also open up the doors for minority authors. They take all our books uncensored. Yeah. They take all of our books uncensored. I had 75 authors. They all gave 50 books apiece. They distributed the books throughout the entire district, uncensored. And so that lets me know that they want to have minority authors in here with these kids. You get what I'm saying? And so we're truly excited again to do that again this year. Then, like I said, on Saturday is the One Day Expo where all the vendors are going to be present. Right now, we got up to like 50 vendors. Right now, I'm shooting at 100. You know, because I just believe that I don't know. I feel like it's an army when I get 100, and if we got an army of 100, then we can go to Nigeria and build them all. But hey, that's another conversation. Conference. But right now, I want to empower them. I want to put behind them some inertia. I hope to help rebuild someone's mindset about their practice flows in their business. I hope to hopefully renew someone's oil to keep running in their businesses. I hope to enlighten some professional who's been doing it for years and saying, wait, I didn't think about that. Right. I hope that this week there's a connection with someone that the people can follow. Yes, people have programs that signs up for this, and you should. And that's why I bring you people that I know who diligently do the work. I know have not sat out here stolen from people. I know who really have a heart to give to the people. I'm not looking for the Grant Cardones. I'm not looking for the Steve Harveys. Love them. Thank God for you. No, where is the guy that helped you get from your car to that stage? That's who I want to talk to. You get what I'm saying? Because what he has to say is, we lead brands out here. Some of us are really leading a lot. You know what I mean? And so that's the people that are coming to this conference week. And of course, I'm gonna have a charity gala on Sunday. You know,
gotta get dressed
I come from a Gullah Geechee, South Georgia, Bohemian culture. So
you gotta dress up,
and you must celebrate after a good moment. You must celebrate. Exactly. And so we're going to be celebrating on that Sunday at the Cosmopolitan Ball. Of course, I want you there because I know you love to put your clothes on too, brother. And we're going to have some good fun.
Right. I think you mentioned a lot of things in saying that, and I think the one thing that stuck out to me was, you know, a lot of time being in this industry, a lot of people don't know how much the backing of what a lot of us do. Just you know, a lot of people like to post everything that they do, and like we post stuff. You know, both of us usually just post stuff and just give you a little nugget. Just because I just did this one thing, that's not what all I did in one day. Correct. I just threw out to you what I maybe did in that 1 hour of the day. I didn't tell you everything I've been working on, you know? Correct. And so, you know, when you were talking about, you know, you had to sit down for a second because you were sat down in the hospital and everything like that. If you remember, it actually on this day, this same exact day is when I went into my surgery and I was sat down for a couple of months. And so it's like a full circle moment when you spoke on that, because a lot of people don't understand that you have to get your rest. Because when you get in these spaces, he's just preparing you for a huger platform. And if I can't get you ready for a huger platform, by the time you get to that, if I keep using the same person over and over and over again, by the time I hand you that big platform, you ain't gonna know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Correct. So for you to get, you know, you got your rest, even though you may not have wanted that type of rest, you know, because we both went to surgery. Literally, it was told to us, you're going to surgery. Like mine was the same day. I found out 30 minutes before the surgery was happening. I was going to surgery, trying to text everybody like, oh my God, this is about to happen.
Yeah,
you know?
I had a 2 hour heads up.
Yeah. Like, and you in that mindset, like, oh my God, like you don't think no more. I didn't think about my business at that time. Now I'm thinking about it's me. Like, what's about to happen? Am I gonna wake up? And my story was I passed away 3 times on the table. So to be in those moments, and you know, for us to be having those same backgrounds, it just tells everybody like, no, our purpose in being here is for a reason, you know? And
Absolutely.
then to have that individual, that young man come up to you, and those moments are the same with me is the same way, is it's the little moments that get me. Like when someone sends a little side message, be like, thank you so much for just showing me that you can be from here and make it to
Hmm.
this point. You've never
Hmm.
given up, even when people shut the doors on. Because there's been many times both of us noticed people wouldn't even look at us our way at the beginning when we first walked in this industry. We can, and I mean, we had some big, big hands that were telling
Yeah.
us that we couldn't do certain things, and you could have these great ideas, but they wouldn't let you break through that. They were being these
Hmm.
gatekeepers. And I think the thing that came out of it, what I've learned from it, was that it was because they weren't ready for what we were about to break through and do, you know? And so now it's showing, and you don't see the, not trying to be funny, but some of those people have dwindled down a certain way. And now you're seeing the right people sit in a certain ways and like,
Well,
okay,
the word says that he will
right.
make enemies your footstools, and
Yeah.
he would your gift will make room for you. You get
Yep.
what I'm saying? Your name will be spoken, okay,
Yep.
and will be celebrated in a land that's really not his own before
Yep.
he's at home. And guess
Exactly.
what? And so forth is the word, and it has
Yeah.
not returned back to us void.
At
But
all.
that should hopefully that the listeners and viewers they can really understand that having faith and wisdom, because you must
Yeah.
know that when it's time to sit down, sit down. Wisdom, sit down,
Yeah.
sit down.
See that?
It's okay to have a lot of faith, but wisdom is going to say, sit down, take your break, go to sleep tonight, send that tomorrow. And that's
Yeah.
okay. You're not going to miss anything because what's for you is for you. Can't nobody take
Right. You
nothing
touch it.
away that is supposed
Exactly.
to be on you. And so
Right.
knowing that you can let go of this sense of urgency, but more so of a sense of detail to make
Yeah.
sure that what you're giving is detailed, to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that if you're saying, oh, I know that what I have is spiritually given from God, then you understand that he likes things decent and in
In
order.
order. Yeah.
And hey, I just want to have this business. It still needs to be presented in decent and in order. And the only way to get there is through wisdom, to not be you know, distracted by what's going on to your left and to right, but to stay focused.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
Staying focused.
take time, even with you when you were saying to take time for yourself, how you say like my cutoff point is at 4 p.m. for you sometimes, you know. If you people don't understand that that's a gift you have to protect. Your
Mm-hmm.
creativity is a huge gift, especially for people of color. It's a
Mm-hmm.
huge thing you have to protect because that's sometimes that thing that's going to get you out of certain places, certain rooms, certain things, because you just have that eye to know, like, oh, you know, like even with me, sometimes, you know, I may see something like that lights off, turn it this still direction. Or I could be in anywhere and see
Mm-hmm.
something a certain way. But people don't understand that if I'm drained, I'm not going to catch it. I'm not going to catch the little details that I need to move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And so that's a big, you know, a big thing to share. But then we get on the week that you're talking about. And I've been ever since I've looked over, because I looked over it probably like 3 or 4 times after you sent it over to me to look over. I don't know, like I just keep on seeing it bigger like a convention. I don't see it as a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like how Essence is. Like I keep
Mm-hmm.
seeing it in that type of space. And I'm like, I wonder if Bentley's like big, you
For
know?
and I'm
Yeah.
strategic as well because
Yeah.
the entrepreneur, the true entrepreneur here is not available 24/7 and does not make their
Exactly.
own. And so
Exactly.
that's why yes, I do have that one Saturday, the Global World Market.
Hmm.
And that is where we're going to also have our main stages at, because Saturday it can be that day for those people who have kids who and
Hmm.
they want to set up for ventureship. And absolutely, I mean, I got some surprises and stuff that's about to begin to
I know
drop
you
out.
do. I know you do.
So, and I'm really excited about it because again, everybody's giving of their time for free to encourage and to reach back, and I feel like in that is an anointing to be able to give of your time to say, hey, I remember when I was just right here trying to score a deal. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm gonna tell you what I did. You know what I mean? And yes, times have changed. I just want these people to be encouraged. Like I said,
Exactly.
somebody's oil renewed, somebody's fire to be relit, somebody to possibly pivot in their business and take their business. Sometimes, and I tell people all the time, they're like, I know God called me to be a musician. Or did he call you to be the music director? You get what I'm saying? And you're focused on one thing, but what if he actually wanted you over here? So he had to bring you here so you can see. And I mean, everything down to sound baths. We have those that's going to be doing virtual sessions, and it's going to be live at the actual expo. You know what I mean? I got therapists that are involved, because everybody needs to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. And when I tell you, I consult with different minorities at different levels. Everybody. I was
Everybody needs
literally in
help.
billionaire sitting in front of me crying because of something I said, and it just struck a nerve. But there's replenishment that's needed for all these entrepreneurs. They're
Yeah.
giving of their time. That's why we should support the Pinky Codes. They're doing what they have to do to really get out here, and it's a pull down on you. Yes, it's exciting to say I have all this, but it is a pull. Do you add children into that mix? You know, that is a pull. So we have to support these entrepreneurs that's really doing the thing. Support Snub, because it's a pull. We are literally having to work and live and create. You get the
Yeah.
same at the same time, be inspired. And this is not the most inspiring world we're living in. I don't know what world everybody else is in, but this ain't the most inspiring one. So
Right.
that's why I want this week to. That's why I make it a week, because there's something for everyone. And
Mhm.
there's somebody that can't come on Saturdays because, oh, my business really pop on Saturday. I can't be there, Bentley, but I want to be there. Okay, well, how about you be a part of the lives Monday,
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday? Oh yeah, I can do that. So like I said, it's a hybrid conference because these
Mhm.
people really want to tell you how to do it. Okay,
Yeah.
they really tell you how to do it. I got people that's going to be teaching barbers and hairstylists what to do to get a part of the hair and barber unions on television and film. You won't be cutting nobody hair again. They took my barber. I had a set barber. I go to her every week. Child, I've been out here just being raggedy because they done had her part of every movie.
Look,
Every,
we've been that way too. Like I tell people when they come on our sets, like when we have certain shoots, I tell them our hairstylists and our makeup team, I tell them that all the time. I'm like, I don't want you just to be on my set. That's not my mindset. And I've
mm,
seen even some of our hairstylists, they've gone on to be on to work on the Oval and be on those sets and work in different studios. And when I see that, I feel good about that. And to hear the later on the message come back just to say the words thank you. You know what I'm saying? Just the words thank you or just seeing that you placed people in the right rooms at the right time. I get gratification out of that. I don't need
and
the big things because I know what that my life is being shown by what you're doing as well. I like to give. That's me. I don't always want to take from people. That's nice to thank you so much for that. But what am I putting back into my community? If someone else is getting a job on a set, I remember my days rushing around on BET and VH1. That's not me no more. You know what I'm saying? There's days that I would do those things and help out with that. But now it's like, no, I want to show y'all, okay, go in those fields. You said you want to be a hairstyle. Okay, well, if you're a hairstylist, why don't you go speak to this person? Go speak to that person and opening those doors. So that's amazing that you've opened even a space for that because a lot of people don't see that. We have a lot of people like we seen which won't even can't that's my people. That's my people. That's my well, they're not growing. And if they're not growing, you're gonna be stuck in the same spot as well if you don't think about it. It's gonna bring you down whether or not you know it. So
absolutely.
that's a great thing to see. So I congratulate you on doing the work of that because that takes a lot of work to do
Yeah,
those
that's why the
things.
conference is free, and that's why I have the people that are going to be a part of the sponsors, that are a part of it is because they see, like, as you heard, I didn't say anything about the price except for the charity gala. They get that. Everybody gets
Mhm.
that because literally Monday through Saturday is completely free, and it's because this information is free.
Yeah,
And these people have programs or things that you should know about. So take a moment to learn about these things to advance yourselves. Absolutely. I have government contracting companies coming as well to teach you, and the city of Atlanta and Fulton County and the state of Georgia, because there's levels,
yeah,
municipal levels here, to teach you what you need to do. Because guess they be needing stuff like graphic designers. They need someone to be like newsletter editors for the internal communications for the army. Like
it's there.
that
Yeah,
takes your gift to another place where you know you're going to get handled appropriately. The rates are going to be industry standard. You know what I mean? And you now have less of a headache. They want stuff like buttons, brooms, light bulbs, pens.
yeah,
That's what government contracting is. And you can have
exactly.
all that for them. Just come and learn. And again, this is free information that somebody else is going to package up for $500. They're going to get this person up here. They're going to talk about everything else except for they're like, yeah, I slept in my car. How did that feel? Oh, it was cold. Like, no, tell I got out that car one day. James such and such told me to go over and talk to Susan such and such. Susan said, okay, you're going to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm going to send you. That's what we want. I don't care to hear the fantasy stories. Now I got people that's coming with real life programs. I got people coming with real life affiliate programs, like for real, like not this whole wellness tea thing. No, there are things that you can actually get out here and stand behind that are literally multi-generational, multiracial, that you can literally get behind as an affiliate program, because these are the type of programs that you really need to be behind, not to be behind some tea that this person don't even own. Okay. And I'm not knocking anything, but give the people more of an opportunity to advance in their network marketing, that's called, and let them see more of a freedom and something truly healthy.
Yes.
Truly healthy. So I have someone that's coming with that whole program. I'm going to be doing a Zoom and be there physically on Saturday to talk about what they have with their products. And at the end of the day, I want to open this up for people to feel inspired and feel like they can do it. I was once that person, didn't think I could from where I was from. Yeah, I saw it over, but like, that's just a vision. This is a dream, No. And I saw it coming to fruition. I worked towards it. I gave everything I had. I learned from it. You know what I mean? From homelessness to having my own. You get what I'm saying? And I learned. Every step of the way, I learned, I adjusted, and the people that have been around have seen the adjustments around me and my businesses and what I do, because I created everything that I had. I took every lesson learned out to my friends. I took their lessons learned as my own to make sure that I did not. And the one best thing that I can best say, the Bible says your name is all you have. At least I can say for the past 20 years, when it comes down to Bentley Didier, and anything that I have going on, everybody knows Bentley's about business, no foolishness, and everything is professional. And that's all I want to be able to keep showing to the people. Just do what you have to do. You don't have to be nasty. You don't have to be or rude. You don't have to be a gatekeeper. What are you keeping gate of? What are you keeping gate of? Did God call you gatekeeper? No. I think that archangel is called Michael. Okay, like it's called JoJo. And so we have to learn to stop, because that is a systematic oppressive move. Okay. Because when you get to other communities, you go to the Spanish community, they don't act like that. If I got rice and you got tamales and you got beans, we have a dinner.
Yep.
Okay. Like, the same thing with the Jews. They're not like, they are family. You get what I'm saying? And they stick together. Oh, you need some help? Or you need some help? Okay, y'all two need to come together, and then boom, we'll do this and that. Like, we don't do that a lot in the African American community. And then from what I'm understanding, the Hispanic American community, because of how they're teaching a lot of people coming across the border what they should be thinking and what they should be standing behind, versus welcoming them into their country and letting them decide on what they want. And so you have some that's with, I was taught to put this flag up.
Yeah.
My godmother's a mayor, and she said they taught this person to put up the KKK flag. So whoever at customs told this person, and he didn't understand. He thought that was the flag.
Wow.
And so it's those things that we have to combat racially and inside of our different groups. Okay. To be able to help us procreate a true global movement. We're across this globe, and don't let them think that we were imported from one place. No, sir. No, ma'am. This is our land for us to be inspired by. And this land was filled with all kinds of people who merged and lived together. Okay. And we still are operating in old treaties. Listen here, I can go all the way into deep politics about this. That's why I have this week, because I have a friend that's Nigerian, but has two of the top luxury coffee shops in Mexico. Okay. I have a friend who just opened up a Domino's Pizza in Lagos, Nigeria, and they be sold out every day by 1 p.m. They opened up in September. Every day by 1 p.m. If you ain't got no pizza, it's sold out. What?
Yeah.
If they got McDonald's over here, I'm trying to help somebody go open up McDowell's over there. They got Burger King over here. We're going to go open up Queen Burger over there.
Exactly.
Not let this country find you as it has done for our generations. There is a global world that's actually empowered by everything we do here in this country.
Yep.
So why not take your stuff out and get your truth and learn these new customs and become greater and become so much greater in what you have going on. You know what I mean? Like I said, for Snub, I mean, hey, you might have to be creating Snub Nigeria or
Like I
Snub
said,
Kingdom.
and that's crazy. That's crazy you saying it because we've been making some talks over there. Because like there was times that
Don't
we've
forget
already
this.
been working. Because you think about it, and you're like, yes, I'm here, but this ain't the only spot. There's Bollywood. There's all these other different spaces that will not only. It's not the only thing of just going out the country. It's the support system that they give. That like if I need a photographer, it's right. I'm right here. I'm right here. Like they want to work. They want to
Yes,
see
they
this
do.
this this product come to fruition. And it's a different culture. Like even when I went to Ghana, when they were just seeing certain things on me, but at the same time, it's not a poor place that people keep seeing on these television. You walk in there, you see royalty. You can stand in front of royalty. And they show you things. I was standing in a millionaire's house, and he was showing me different things, and I'm just sitting. He's like, "You can take your money and just bring it over here. Like we got you. Like just do it." And then,
If
but
they
you have
realize,
to again, it's your mindset because you see
yeah,
so many things here, and you're watching TV and all this glitz and glamour, but you don't know that half of the stuff here is rented. Over there is owned. We don't want to get in those conversations. So that's like so you saying these things, I've already been like in my mindset, like if I have a deadline for certain things and I've made that for myself, and it's like, well, if this needle don't switch by this, which certain things have switched, but if it doesn't go to an extensive thing, we're going to shift another direction and pivot like how things should be. It's okay to pivot sometimes. And it may not be
mhm.
people that you may not know in the United States be on the cover, but guess what? Overseas, they are ripping it apart. And that's their
Uh,
Beyonce or Jay-Z over there. You know what I'm saying? Like there's other people in this world that are setting these tones. And like you said, they are looking at us, but we can just pick up and go over
yeah,
there and just build and let it produce what it needs to while we can come back here and let the money just come back to our bank, you know?
that's why, like I said, that's why I'm very happy of my sit down time period. I did not fight it. I didn't
Yeah.
fight it at all. Told me I needed to sit down. I sat down. The only thing was I did have to fight the worker in me,
Mhm.
the entrepreneur, that
Yeah,
everything
definitely.
this into this house. But I thank God for the pivot prior to, because I was able to have stuff flowing in that I'm equity ownership in.
Yeah.
You see, and that's
Yes.
another. A lot of these creators, they're not getting equity ownership, and then I
Yep.
get those little checks from here and from there, and those things add up. I had
Add
to sit
up.
down. I mean, Bentley wasn't out in the streets, wasn't holding no meetings, no nothing.
Yeah.
But when you have a true gift and a calling, it will make room for you. And every gift and calling is different. Every struggle and battle is different. The only thing that's not different is faith. Faith is maintained amongst every single human on this planet. They
Hmm.
may look at a certain person as the head of their faith or whatever the case may be, but faith is universal.
Right.
And all operating on every entrepreneur. That's how I was able to speak to some millionaires in Dallas and crying, because again, entrepreneurship is entrepreneurship. It is a global industry. And the ones that you think are a majority are technically not. The
Right.
African Americans really are the majorities, when it comes to entrepreneurship. And now you have the black and brown, our Hispanic brothers and sisters who are really rising up as well. And if we don't learn how to collaborate, then we'll have a whole other civil war going on, because
Yeah.
we need how to come together against the oppressed system that was set to hold everybody back. Okay,
Yes.
except for the select few. And so that's what we come up against. Is we come up against the select few. We come up against the gatekeepers, because what we have is a universal work and act that we're all trying to get done. So we're going to convene together, become empowered, and become inspired.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for this sit down. It was very educational. Of course, this was like a reunion for us, kind of a thing
Amen.
where we had. But of
Amen.
course, I'll be seeing you soon. But tell everybody how they can, either join the movement, because it's a movement to me. It's not just a week, it's a movement that you've created. Tell them how they can, if they want to reach out to you, whatever, just like give them the information of how to move forward if they want to be a part of it or how they can attend this event.
Absolutely. So, of course, you all know that the Global Minority Entrepreneurs Week is April the 1st through the 7th in Atlanta, Georgia. We have a full hybrid conference. There's some virtual sessions and some actual in-person meetups. And along with that, charity galas, main stage, panel speakers, etc. You can go to globalminorityentrepreneurs.com. You can find us on Instagram at Global Minority Entrepreneurs and on Facebook and on TikTok, Global Minority Entrepreneurs. And there you can find information to register. You can find information to become a vendor. You can find information to become a sponsor. You can find information about our virtual sessions, our physical state sessions, and also, again, the charity Cosmopolitan Ball on that Sunday.
Definitely, definitely. Well, Bentley, thank you so much for jumping on the sit down today. I greatly appreciate it. Keep going. I support you on everything you do, and continue to do it. I'm very proud of you.
Hey, man, thank you so much. And I'm proud of you too. I'm super, super, super proud that you decided to step into your own. And we're happy to have up to be down at the Global Minority Entrepreneurs Week. And we're going to be having an extremely great time of networking and a physical reunion as well. So,
Definitely, definitely. Well, I'll see you later and be blessed. All right.
hey, man, thank you so much for your time, my brother. Be blessed.
All right. Bye bye.